Blockchain x Pharma, Jumbo Blockchain's cost-effective disruption. Event by Jumbo Blockchain.
Warm welcome, everyone. I'm super excited for this special session on how blockchain meets pharma. And we have Sachin. He's the founder and CEO of Jumbo Blockchain, certified blockchain professional himself, ISP pass out, 2 decades of experience. Warm welcome, Sachin.
Thank you, Meghaa.
Awesome. All right. So, and it's a special day. We saw the announcement. Sachin, why don't you tell us about it? The special award you're getting.
So we have been nominated by CI MSME and GCP which is a global forum basically and they are doing this event for last couple of years on MSME Day. So I was not even aware. So I got a communication today. I checked today. I got it last night. So they have nominated us as a excellence in product innovation, which is basically because of the blockchain. And now let's see. I think it will go to us because the innovation which we have done so far is in the blockchain is like quite great. We feel so. I do not know how the other people in the community feel.
Yeah. All right, fingers crossed. Most likely it's already there.
Yes,
so great day. Awesome. Sachin, I think a lot of people have been asking me, and if I go back like few months back, that was the question in my head also. What is blockchain? Maybe starting with the fundamentals. What is blockchain in simple terms?
Okay, let me give an example and then you will understand. I also had a challenge while explaining a blockchain to the people. It is always very complex, right? Explaining that. So one fine day I was just sitting down there and thinking about it, and then I find out a way to explain it. The people use WhatsApp group, right?
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp group is what? It's a decentralized network only. Different people, different phone, but are the part of the same group. And if you take a picture and share it that group, right? It becomes immutable now because somebody is having that. One fine day you lost your phone and you took the new one, then you can recover the picture from the friends and the family who are the part of that. That is how I simply explain the blockchain basically. So it's a decentralized network of the people, of the computers all across the globe. It can be anywhere in the world. So the difference basically between the WhatsApp group and the blockchain is there are multiple factors which involve when it comes to the blockchain, smart contract execution, transaction execute through smart contract. And then there is a network of the people who use consensus mechanism. There are multiple different consensus. One of them, the proof of work, where the computer, solve an algorithm to accept the transaction or verify it. Now the new system which came after Ethereum, not Ethereum, Binance was a proof of stake. So there is again set of the priority pool, and they stake a certain amount of tokens, native tokens of the blockchain, and then they take they choose the leaders and their votes to them by the complexity, and then the transaction happens basically. So there is a consensus which comes, and then the distribution of data happens to the other computers available in that network. So this is how the blockchain is. So it is a complete decentralized system controlled by the different validators all across the globe. It can be any part of the world. Makes more transparent system and makes it more immutability. So this is how I explain blockchain.
Got it. Thank you. I think I'll remember it now. A simple analogy is like a WhatsApp group, as you said.
Yeah, it's a simple. So it took like plenty of time. Yeah. Even I was not able to explain that to the CIOs when I was having the meeting. They always ask me a question: why blockchain? What is blockchain? What is the difference in centralized and decentralized? Then one fine day I put a lot more brain. No, I need to find out a way so that I can explain the same to a person who do not know the technology at all. A layman should understand, and that is the right way to explain them.
Yeah.
The only add-on are the smart contract and the consensus basically there, and the distribution.
Yeah, I get it. As they say, the more expert you are, the more simply you can explain things. So we appreciate that. Uh, Today we are talking about how blockchain meets pharma. But then why pharma? You could do it anywhere. Why you're thinking first about pharma? What are the biggest challenges you see in the pharma companies today all over the world, which you believe can be solved through blockchain? If you can share some guidance on that.
Okay, so see, solution is counterfeiting is a big problem everywhere. So our solution is for the counterfeit, and that's why we build this blockchain, because blockchain has its own limitations also. Any of the existing blockchain does not have the scalability when it comes to the transactional volume. There is a latency in the network. I'll take it step by step. So I'm talking about why we build it and how we are moving into that direction. And I never had a vision to build a blockchain at all. My vision was to build a industry agnostic solution for the counterfeit, which is a big market. Now let's come to the solution. So it is a industry agnostic solution for us now. So it's not only applicable for pharma, but why pharma? That is the important question, because counterfeiting is a big problem in pharma, and it is directly impacting to the people and their life.
Yeah.
When the health and life, when life of your child, your parent, your spouse, or anybody to whom you are close to is getting impacted or can be lost at certain point of time, is a big problem, right? That has to be solved. You will not believe it, when we do the market survey and other things, you will find lot more medicine which you consume almost like on a regular basis are majorly counterfeit and not giving you the result which it is expected, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why so my focus is to create the value where human life is involved. And as you already posted today on the LinkedIn, the $200 billion is the market size. You will not believe it. Indian market is around $15 billion only.
Wow.
And we are the largest exporter of the medicine across the globe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at this. So pharma become a very primary sector for us. Not only pharma is one of the sectors. I'll talk about the other sector also where you are consuming things, right? Anything you are consuming is directly impacting your health. And when it
Mm.
is impacting your health, it is impacting your, life expectancy, and then your health around it, any food, any consumable. And when it comes to the treatment of those issues, again, a big problem of the counterfeiting.
Right.
So that's
Yeah.
why the
No,
pharma is the
yeah.
primary
Yeah.
focus for us. So, okay, suppose I got food poisoning because of certain counterfeit product I consume. Then I went to the medical store and the doctor, I bought one medicine. He has given me medicine that is counterfeit. It was supposed to be treat me in say 8 hours. Now it is not. It is not treating me at all, because the product is not according to the standard it has to be. So this is how the pharma become the primary center for us. First, step-by-step approach. Pharma as an industry is also very big. There is a lot more focus from the government, from the multiple government across the globe, across the countries. The focus is there, and the bigger problem is happening when not in the developed countries. In developed countries also there is a big problem, but in developing countries there is no technology available to identify. So that's how pharma become our primary focus, where we see a big market size and a good customer base, as well as they need it. I will
Hmm.
not name it, but I have seen one post from one of a very big pharma company CEOs post for the counterfeiting and the solution, looking for the solution around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are
No, I
trying to build it.
absolutely,
They're
I
trying to
absolutely
build.
liked it that you are thinking about solving the problem of counterfeit, which is now industry agnostic. And when you started, you were technology agnostic also. Then you
Yes.
realized by looking everywhere that this is the most scalable, most cost effective, most trustworthy, most new age technology. And that's how you are using this technology. So I like that linkage, that thinking.
That has to be built, right? That has to be built
Hmm.
together. Until and unless you will not build the entire thing together, then you cannot build a robust product around it. And the important aspect for any product, until and unless that product does not give power to the end consumer, it will not work. See, why most of the companies, or it's not like the people are not trying to solve this problem. They are trying to solve this problem for a very, very long time. But somehow it is not happening. Now, blockchain as technology can give that leverage to make it more immutable, to make it more decentralized. The control is not there, and it becomes a trustworthy because of the decentralization as well. So this is how the problem has to be solved, and it has to be solved in a very cost effective way, right? The product, okay, there are certain medicine that you buy for MRP 10 or MRP 12, and those are regular consumables for the people. But if those are coming counterfeiting, because there is a large consumption, right? So means most of the people are consuming on the daily basis. Then there is a counterfeiting. There is a definite 20-30% counterfeiting, and the companies are writing losses due to the counterfeiting in their balance sheets also.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. But now just to go one level deeper, if I am the CTO or CEO of a pharmaceutical company, and yes, I acknowledge that there is this problem of counterfeited drugs, how will blockchain help me solve that problem?
Okay.
Of course, in simple terms, easy to understand for the audience right now. So simple, say few steps that how will it help?
Okay. So the first thing first. So it has to be, there are two part of that. One part is the application level where it has to be utilized to solve the problem by the pharma company. So they have to give access. Now, whenever the transaction is happening on that application, it has to go to the blockchain basically. Blockchain makes it more immutable. Now the organization is not having that control. Okay, let me give an example. If there is a QR code we have printed, that QR code can be copied, right? If it is a centralized system, because there is no way that you can trace it back to the source. The solution where we are working, we are talking every product will have a unique QR code. Now that QR code is becoming immutable on the blockchain, and it has a life cycle also. Every drug has its life cycle, right? So either it's a expiry date for 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, then the same can be tracked back to the original source and can be retrieved from the market when it comes to the expiry. So because of the immutability of the data and the proper track and tracing, that is how the blockchain is one of the example for doing it. Second, because the packaging of this drugs has been put, so we can put like entire source from the packaging until the delivery of the to the last milestone. That is the track which we can talk about here, and using the blockchain as technology. Unique QR code solution, unique packaging solution, where you can put this QR code. Mobile phone is scannable by the end consumer to identify the entire end-to-end supply chain basically. And then
Got it.
once you put that application in play, when it comes to the play, like from the manufacturer to the dealer, distributor to the retailer as well, and from the retailer also, you can, as an end consumer, you can see that if it is built to that particular retailer or not, and if it is not built to that particular retailer, it will give the red alert out there, because the data is immutable on the blockchain and showing it backtrack basically. So this is how the solution works, and this has become very, very effective solution, because user do not need to download any application. If it is a multi-brand product also using the same application, it will be quite easy for them. And when they will scan it, they will able to identify the verification from two different locations, one from the manufacturer site, and in a readable format, data can come from the blockchain for that particular QR code.
Right,
So
right.
so this is how it is going to be work, and blockchain can do the real time monitoring also, and because there is a smart contract which is executing, so every smart contract is written according to the organization and the data they want to send it to the public domain basically, so that public can see and verify it. So this is
Got
how
it.
it brings more and more transparency into the system when it comes to the. I know there will be a challenges in adoption when it comes to the the bigger question comes in, where exactly is the counterfeiting happening? Manufacturer
Mm-hmm.
is not doing it. Then there will be some other person in the supply chain who is doing that, right? So we
Correct.
that the adoption at that point is going to be a little bit difficult, but not impossible. If you have to do, you have to be in the play. You have to be in the play. And once a product where you are like selling the counterfeit as well as the original can be differentiated very simply, then it will be very difficult for you to do the counterfeiting. Then you have to adopt because you need to run your show. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be difficult, but it will be done over a period of time. And already, I think government of India and most of the government in the world has already given the guidelines specifically for the pharma companies to monitor, the supply chains, either using blockchain or the one or other technology, basically.
Mm-hmm. So when I'll buy over-the-counter drugs, I'll be able to scan the QR code and will know whether it's the original medicine or not.
Yes, even the QR code is copied, but the user do not know, or the counterfeiter doesn't know where he has to send that.
Hmm.
He, he don't know the last location, basically. So last
Hmm.
store. Now if he copy and put it somewhere else, the organization will come to know, okay, my drugs is counterfeited and it is not in this location, it is in that location, the counterfeit one. So
Hmm.
we are giving that leverage to the organization also to have the tracking of all their drugs and giving the red alert to them in their monitoring application monitoring, basically. And that comes into the very big play. The one another big benefit out of this is the organization will know that what kind of drugs is performing in what area at the local level. They do not know right now. So
Hmm.
it's not only one way, it's not only for the people, but the entire ecosystem is getting benefit out of this. Either you are talking about the manufacturer, they are getting benefit out of it. People, they are getting the right medicine and without any trouble, without any problem. And third, the important aspect is the government. They are getting their 18% tax
Hmm.
on the
Right.
multiple drugs. And they are losing
Yeah.
also, they are also losing revenue, right? Government is also
Hmm.
losing revenue because of this counterfeit. See, $200 billion or $15 billion market India, if you multiply, do the math, 15, 18% tax on that,
Yeah.
so the government is losing basically.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about it. Thank you.
So it's
So now, mhm.
entire ecosystem is getting impacted.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if I am the CTO of a pharmaceutical company, let's talk about pharma for a while, and then of course we can talk about how this is industry agnostic and same use case can be applied to different sector. But if I'm the CTO or CEO, when I'm doing any investment, right, I'm always wanting to do the math. You spoke about the math for the government, but now as a company, I would want to do the math to understand that how much money will I be required to do? What's going to be my return on investment? Can you help in some basic, simple calculation that how much investment it typically requires? I know it depends on the scale of the company and how much I want to,
The
whichever
product
use case I want
manufacturer.
to solve. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So there are multiple factors. When it comes to the technology is usually a cost center. But there are two aspects here. The technology you are bringing in, either it should be able to increase your revenue or
Mm-hmm.
help in reducing the cost.
Yeah.
In this case, it is doing the both the things basically. See, if my product, the product I am manufacturing and the market size for that is 100, right? 80 I am selling, 20 counterfeiter is selling. Then I am losing the revenue of 20%. And that I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to recover that, right? How to control that. I am putting vigilance team out there. I am putting cost on the top of that. I'm putting manual, tracking to identify that my product is where it is counterfeited, how it is counterfeited. It is very difficult to identify. So now, if your market size is moving back to 100, or not 100 to 95, then you are getting the additional revenue of 15. So that is the revenue growth, right? Now let me come to the cost. So either it's inventory of the product, or tracking or tracing or identifying the counterfeit, putting people out there is a cost that we are reducing it. Now a single person can do the more vigilance in comparison to any other, like in current day scenario. So the single person can complete an entire district in the same day by moving from here to there. And he just need to go and just scan it, identify it easily. He can just easily identify, right? So that cost is going down. So the ROI is multiplying, right? It is a multiplier effect. So now your revenue is growing, your capacity is also growing. You know how your product is performing, where, how, in what areas it is performing, and where they are lacking, they can strategize it to capture the market. So they can get another revenue. Maybe the growth for the next year can be 120% or 130% or 150%. You never know, right? So revenue growth is automatically out there, cost is getting reduced, and they have control, they are utilizing their capacity, they have control on their inventories as well, and the real-time inventory availability is there, even at the last location of the last selling point of that particular drugs. So this is how it is going to make much more cost effective and a higher ROI on the investment basically. Now let's come to the second part, the implementation. Our use case is a standard one, right? The only customization which is required out there is according to the different companies and the policies of the companies. So that will be the not major. So implementation time from one organization to another, to second organization, one organization is 3 to 6 months basically. So in 3 to 6 months, it will be integrated with any existing ERP system, and it can be like modify according to the customer requirement. If they want to have the feel of in the product like according to their themes and all that changes will be required. And either it's large organization or small or whatever number of products are there, we just need to keep the integration APIs with us, and a standard use case will work for standard. I think 20% modification and 80% as it is, it will be done. Now 6 months,
Awesome.
and they will not even feel that it is a Web3 product basically. We have built it in such a way that we are selling it as blockchain software as a service. So it's a kind of SaaS only.
What
The
does that
block,
mean? What does that mean?
okay, SaaS solution means software as a service, right? You
That I
take the
know. Blockchain, when you're selling blockchain as a software as
oh,
a service,
oh
what does that
and
mean?
okay, in any blockchain, if it is a public blockchain, then it has to have its native crypto to do the settlement real time. Now policies and guidelines are not there according to the different countries. The guidelines are not very clear. So organization avoid to buy cryptos and all when it comes to the implementation of the or adoption of the blockchain technology, because they don't know how everybody is going to react on that. All government agencies, how they are going to do like react on that. So they do not want to get into that. So that's why we are maintaining their wallets completely safe. We are charging them in fiat until and unless policies is not in place. So that's why we are saying it's a blockchain software as a service basically.
That's very interesting. And given it doesn't require much customization, as you said, it's like a out of the box product, 80% standard and only 20% customization. So if I'm buying it, then the cost, it will be cost effective, right? Because you aren't doing much customization for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So our implementation cost according to the product lines and the volume will not go more than one-time implementation cost will not go than like more than $150,000 in one
Wow.
go. And
That's, yeah.
then yeah, and then per transaction cost is like 15 paisa, including everything, including blockchain, including everything basically. Maybe if volume is high, it can go less than that as well.
And I heard it's like the cheapest in the world.
Yeah. So it is kind of cheapest in the world. Means 15 paisa cost can be taken on the product which is MRP 5.
Yeah, yeah.
15 paisa is nothing. Means in India,
And
we
it's
do
all
not have,
inclusive.
it's all inclusive in blockchain transaction, everything. It is included. Everything is included in that.
Yeah,
So that's why I
this is
said we build a
interesting.
industry agnostic solution. Now Haldiram Bhujia can have the same solution.
Hmm. Yeah, because FMCG also, the counterfeit product is like a big problem, right? You
Yeah,
consume, you eat
FICCI,
something, you don't know whether it is original or not.
FICCI report says FMCG packed food product India counterfeit market size is 1.42 lakh crore.
Wow.
I do
Yeah.
not say that. That is said
Hmm.
that there is a paper written by FICCI and they have
Hmm.
published it publicly. In
Hmm.
five industry, they have given the data for five industry. The based on the data sets where whatever they have available with them, a 2.6 lakh crore is the Indian market for counterfeiting of the product.
Yeah. And what they're saying anyways is going to be underreporting. So,
It
so
is
we can
underreported
understand it's
because
very realistic number.
no, it's not. It cannot be. I think it should be double or triple. I do not know.
Yeah,
We
so
don't
the
know.
actual number will be far bigger. So typically the government agencies will have an underreported number.
Yes, always, always because half of the time they are not able to identify what is happening out there.
Yeah. Right, right. Thank you. This is very interesting. Now, privacy, regulation, consent management, security, these are things which are top of the head for everyone, right? And if we are investing in any new technology or any new solution, any new partner, vendor onboarding, these are the top of the head, areas. Can you explain how blockchain as an overall offering and then maybe jumbo blockchain in particular, how is it ticking the box on these parameters?
Okay, so privacy data. Okay, so blockchain does not. Okay, the solution or our blockchain or solution specifically there are multiple parts. When it comes to the individual, then there is a high privacy required because the individual has to be very anonymous and they should have their data not be available publicly because decentralization becomes more. It's a public blockchain, right? So it is having a public data. It is having a public data, so public data cannot be the personal data cannot go public. So there are
Mm-hmm.
multiple ways to do that. One is the ZKP, which is called zero knowledge proof, basically, where there is no knowledge about the second, that is the privacy. Let's come to the security. So we in Jumbo Chain it already having a three-layer security basically. So data we are transmitting to the another validators is in an encryption basically. So suppose in a block we have like 5,000 transactions coming in, then the people who are validating it, because they are validating it, so they need to keep the 100% data, and remaining validator in the network will have the block header and the encryption of all the transactions. So this is how the your security of the data is there, because this is a encryption. They can see it, but they cannot restore. They are restoring the encryption only. So three-layer security of the data. It is there in Jumbo blockchain. Now let's come to the last part, the policy. That's why we build this blockchain software as a service. We are in India where the clarity is not there on the rules and regulation point of view, specifically for the crypto, not for the technology. So we build it like blockchain software as a service. Organization do not need to, uh, you know, um, not need to worry about the policy around the crypto. They need to buy or no. We are providing end-to-end solution to them, and they just need to just implement it and simply keep working like they do in Web 2 basically. They will not even realize that they are using the Web 3 basically.
Wow. Okay. So it doesn't need to be the case that in my company, people also need to be trained on Web 3.0. So they can just
No, no, it
simply,
will be a simple SaaS solution basically.
okay.
The
Okay.
underlying
That's
platform,
interesting.
yeah, underlying platform will be like blockchain. Their wallet will be managed by us. We'll keep it like very secure, highly secure, and they just need to keep doing the normal way to transact.
Awesome. Thank you. Um, there is so much, say, interest and enthusiasm in adopting blockchain. What are the three tips you can give to leaders out here, anyone who's listening, that if they want to start using blockchain as a technology or in their organization, what are the things they should start doing now?
Okay, so there are two parts. Again, organization is only having one fear, that how the policy going to be. So leaders has
Hmm.
to think from that perspective. So if they are getting a solution which can be like a Web 2, and they do not need to worry about, their balance sheet is intact with the same integrity which was earlier, like in the fiat, and easily manageable. Yes, that is one thing. They can think about. They need to keep start train their people about the technology. See, the problem, whatever has happened, actually most of the people, even in the CIO domain, do not understand blockchain in depth, because of the complexity out there. And in last couple of years it became more crypto, not the technology. But look at the technology robustness. Is so robust technology which has to be adopted by the enterprises. There are other way also, like IBM has Hyperledger. Hyperledger is private blockchain, but private blockchain is not giving the information which required for the public well-being. So then there should be the public blockchain only, where the data is stored in the private network. So then they need to keep understanding about the technology, in the robustness of the technology. What are the positive points out there? See, any technology has its positive and negative points. But yes, they need to think about the positive points. When it comes to the policy making and other, they should go and tell the governments and all to put the policies in place in a faster way, because the organization decide that, right? They go ask for the policies, okay, put these policies in place so that we can do our business more in a more effective way. So that is again third thing, where with the CIOs has to talk about it. And then they should start, like, thinking in the different direction to start the small pilot projects,
Hmm.
which can create more and more value to the organization, make it more robust, more transparent. Even the procurement process itself can be the part of this blockchain, in track and traceability from the source to the end consumer. The entire tracking can be there, basically. So there are multiple ways and where the organization can work. The organization just need to think from two perspectives: the what data they can put in the public domain and what data they cannot put in the public domain. Because there are certain. Let me give an example of the clinical trials. So those are more of the research project. That data you cannot put in the public domain. But when it comes to the result of the clinical trial, you can make it more immutable. So you
Hmm.
are not doing your innovation, you are not keeping in public domain, but the result of that trial, you can make it more transparent and putting into the public domain, so that the trust can be done on the product, on your product itself, right? So that is these are the things, basically from this perspective. CIOs has to start thinking in the direction that what kind of value they want to create, how they want to adopt, in what process they want to adopt, in what process they do not want to adopt, what is the public data, what is the private data. So
Yeah.
these are the factors while considering the technology to be adopted by the blockchain as technology, adopted by the organization, or thinking in the direction, become more progressive in the direction in the adoption. This is going to be a huge technology in future, that is for sure, and it is getting adopted all across the globe. You will not believe it. I think all the states in India already started putting, the RFQs around the blockchain as a service provider, basically. There are almost 16 states. They have, released RFQ around it to put the blockchain as technology in the government organization. There is an event which is going to happen tomorrow in Hyderabad. CDEC is working on that, and that is about the blockchain as technology adoption, and all government representatives are going to be there. And CDEC is building blockchain for India, and they are building, but I don't know how much time they are going to take, because it is a very complex system.
Can
Yes.
if a company has say units, or say it's a global company, it may have operations in Hong Kong, Philippines, South Africa, and different other parts of the world. If they want to use the solution across different places, so you can provide solutions in all those different countries altogether.
Yes, it is a country agnostic, industry agnostic solution. We do not need to think like even the best part also when we do the export, in export also we put the material in the container, and our
Mm-hmm.
solution says that whatever QR codes you are putting in that container, you will do a parent QR code for that container, which will link all the QR code which are inside that container, so that you can track it, and you can put the timelines also. So that kind of tracking which we are talking here. So it's a industry agnostic, country agnostic solution basically.
Got it.
And
Got it.
we as an organization is having a very different focus to have our joint venture all across the globe by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And JV works in that way only when it comes to the locals rules and regulations. So there will be a local partner who will be taking care of that marketing of the product in that particular local geographic location. And then this is how our growth plan is there. So
Mm.
now the
Awesome.
same product can be here in India, US, anywhere in the world basically.
Got it. And just back in the back of my mind, since I heard about the QR code, what's going on in my mind is that the way there are barcodes, it's like taking that to the next level. So making
Yes.
that far more comprehensive, easy to track, easy to validate. Like in most of the markets, and even today, thanks to UPI, we are so comfortable with scanning the QR codes and
Exactly.
looking at
Exactly.
things.
And for UPI, you need a bank application or Google Pay or Apple Pay, right? For this, as
Mhm.
an end consumer, you do not need anything, right? You just need to
Mm.
have a mobile camera which is having internet. That's it.
Right. And then directly from the manufacturer's site,
Yes.
I will be able to
It
track
will show
and validate
you.
that it
Yeah.
is the original product, when was it created, when is it getting, what's the MRP, so that the MRP is also
Not
not
MRP only.
fudged.
You can see the expiry date. Pharma
Yeah.
product is like more about expiry dates, majorly,
Yeah, of
majorly.
course. Yeah.
So it will show
Original,
you how.
not expired, all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that once it will expiry will be reaching, it will be automatically vanish from the blockchain. Not vanish in the sense, it will show that it is already expired.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do not even need to think or worry about it, that what the information I am getting. And then see, we are like in India and across the globe. If something is free of cost and shows us value, then we always try to do it, right? If it is free of cost, it's free of cost, right? I just
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah, and when it's next level information, right? When you're
Yes.
buying, say, anything which is directly impacting you, your body, your family, you want to be doubly sure whether it is FMCG in terms of the food that you consume, what you're drinking, and especially medicines. So everything related is something you want to be doubly sure that it's
Yes.
a good thing or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, whatever you consume,
Hmm. Yeah, then even
right?
in,
So
say, you're
exactly. So
buying a
anything, whatever you
iPhone,
consume and directly impact
yeah,
your.
yeah, it's original or not. For everything, then you will know whatever you're getting is original or not. Like a lot of counterfeit products come in online also, online sales, right? You buy things on Amazon and
Online,
then
online is a online is a big problem actually. The
yeah.
maximum counterfeiting, you will not believe it. See, okay, how does these online platform behaves? Say, I want to be a vendor and I want to sell, say, anything, say any product I want to sell it, right? So I will go register it. I will upload my numbers basically, and I will upload invoice only once. That my product is genuine. This is the invoice. I bought it from the manufacturer. And then after that, if I keep sending the counterfeit product, then it's they are not checking. They are just facilitator, right?
Yeah,
Between the buyer and the seller, and they take their commission and move. See,
right.
Amazon let me give an example. Amazon do it only for their own product. They track
Hmm.
and trace for that, but not for the other vendors, right? And again, it
Yeah.
is dependent on the policies of the countries. In here in India, if I want to be a vendor to the Amazon to sell, say, Nike product, I have to list my product once and upload the invoices of those products once only. And now I'm live. And after that, if I'm selling counterfeit product of the Nike, no one cares. And consumer does not know.
Right.
They are getting heavy discounts, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then you get confused. So a lot of time it has happened that I've ordered, you can see books behind me. So whenever I order books, then I feel that the quality of the paper is so bad that it's
Exactly.
worse than what you get on the roadside and you're paying 3x. And then why is it like that? Sometimes and then I try to return back, but I feel bad that it's unnecessarily taking up my time. If you are giving something and if I'm paying for it, might as well give the good quality.
Exactly. So and again, so same story, right? Again, same solution for the books also.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as soon as you
Super
open it, see
interesting.
same solution. So I say same solution for Louis Vuitton and same solution for Haldiram Bhujia.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. So if anybody has any question, feel free to type in your questions. We'll be very happy to take. I think great opportunity to hear directly live. And while I'll keep talking till we get more questions from you, but if you have any, please feel free to ping your questions here. Okay. What else in pharma? I think, or even in universities, like in the education sector, we see verification of your credentials, verification of your education, right? Anybody can come and say that I'm like you are and I am like an ISB pass out. So anyone can claim that. How can
So
that be
okay,
validated?
not only this, I'll tell you. See, we are on LinkedIn Live, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I write I am the president of United States,
Yeah.
until and unless that office put a question mark on that, I am the president, right? I can write
Mm,
it. There is no
mm,
validate. It is not a validated data, right?
mm.
Whatever I want to put, I want to put until and unless. See, I have seen people who has put my company name where they are working. I ask them to remove it, right?
Wow.
So for that, we build a use case for the HR processes.
Mm-hmm.
When you move from one organization to another organization, then there is a background verification process, right? Why they are doing it? That you are not showing the wrong information to us. Like your experience is say 5 years, but you are showing it 7 years, or your salary is X, or your position is Y, or whatever it is. So now
Mm.
it is a 3 to 6 month process, right? We build a solution where organization put our solution and start issuing the or offer letter, then appointment letter, then increment letters. And once he moves out, you put his release letter and everything immutable through blockchain basically. So smart contract is making an immutable. Data is stored in the organization and shared with the individuals. Now individual can share it with the any XYZ. This is my pre-verified information. Same is for the university use case. Not university. You look at the child when you're okay. Let me ask a question. How many kids do you have?
I have one. I have a 9-year-old daughter.
9 year old. Do you have the certificate she got like first time when she was in pre-nursery?
I might have, not sure.
Not sure, right? The data is missing. But that is very
Hmm.
precious when it comes to your sentiment, right?
Hmm.
That was your daughter's first certificate.
Hmm.
Very precious. If you can have the data handy in your mobile phone or any other where else, and look at the value it is getting created. It is creating emotional value to me.
How is that
Simple.
different than DigiLocker?
Oh, DigiLocker is unsecure, right?
Is it? It's unsecured, it's not secured.
Not completely. There is a research has been done by ISB only.
Mm-hmm.
So DigiLocker, this is a immutability which we are talking about. This is a
Mm.
not possibility to copy that data, right?
Mm.
That is what we are talking. See, now look at the another number, right? Another thing where you can look at. That's the first I am talking about. There is a performance also school wise. There is the overall performance which is missing. The data is not recorded anywhere.
Yeah. These days I'm thinking about vaccination records also. So,
Vaccination record is one.
because the
Vaccination
first
record,
5 years, then you, as the
because
child keeps growing up, you may not have that handy.
not only vaccination report, you do not know if the data is okay. When it comes to the health, then we keep like having health issues. We like sometime we are playing and then get fracture or some internal
Hmm.
injury which impact like after 20 years or 30 years basically, and it happens very normally, right? The
Hmm.
data is not recorded. Now we do not know what happened at that point of time. Parents are not even aware. They forget. Even I talk about myself when I was like 5 years to or 4 year old. What kind of injury I had, I don't know because the data is not recorded anywhere.
Yeah,
When there is a possibility to make it like more immutable in a very cost effective way, why not?
right. That's a great point. Thinking about it, then all the data which you have or for your child or for yourself from the beginning, ideally you want all of that in an immutable manner and completely handy. And if it can be done in a cheap and secure manner, why not? Why would you not like to have that?
Exactly. And not only this, see, it gives you the, if these data pointers are there, when a kid is like 15 years old, there will be the analytics which can be put on based on the data and can be identified the what kind of person that he or she may be going to be in future. So
Hmm.
these data pointers are very important for the overall, projection of the future and what kind of, performance or what kind of person that particular person is going to be in future. These are the things basically, and it can create a lot more value when it comes to the other things also apart from normal human being when it comes to the crime and other thing basically. The data
Yeah.
is missing, right? It's a big data
Yeah.
which is missing out there. So there are so many use cases. Healthcare is one of the big problem.
Hmm.
Um, in India, every hour there is a pregnant woman who is dying because of the what you call it. There is a uh, blood problem basically.
Okay. She
Every
needs
hour,
blood and the blood is not there. Not
yes,
at the right time to the
yeah.
right person.
No, no, not the right time. They have there is a specific name, the shortage of the blood in the body basically, and they are not getting the proper diets and other things basically because of that it happens. And
Hmm.
that is the data which is available by ICMR only. So
Hmm.
in the rural health is a big problem, right? Though there
Yeah.
should be solution around it. So many things are there. Data is not reported to the government correctly. That is again a problem. Healthcare is a big sector to work on in India because we are the 1.4 billion people. So so we look at the data which we are missing out there.
Yeah. So just to go one level deep into, say, the education sector use case, uh, even if so for example, I'm studying in a school, or my daughter's, say, studying in a school, and now the school uh, gives a cutting edge solution. Most of the schools here are giving a portal, a parents portal, and you can see the live updates or the daily updates. Now, if they also start giving mark sheets and progress reports on blockchain, as you said, then it's available in a blockchain format. Now, if we have to give it further to the university need to be on a blockchain platform to be able to use it, or
Oh,
it need not be.
there are two different parts basically. So they can okay. So the solution which we have we built is in a very different way. Like as an individual, I can put my data out there.
Hmm.
Okay, and I can send that data to my university to verify it. If my university is verifying it, it is a verified data. So university don't need to be there. Then in that case, individual has to take the cost to make the
Okay,
data
so I'll
verified.
send a link to the university. So they'll go back in the records and then they'll check that yes, it is same. So
They can
they'll say I
verify.
verify. And then
Yes,
it becomes a verified item on the blockchain network.
right.
Okay.
But if university adopt it, then automatically, see, they are taking a cost, right? Every
Hmm.
document they are printing, they're taking
Hmm.
a cost for that, right? And that paper
Yeah.
has to have a unique quality, and it
Hmm.
is having a cost of around 500 rupees. If same thing can happen in 1 rupee, why you are taking that much of cost?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Same,
then they
like
try to beautify it, and it's like multiple pages, especially in school reports. There are
they do
multiple
not need, right? They
stuff.
can put, they can do much more modification, beautification in a digital document.
Yeah, yeah,
So digital document is creating more value, and then you are become sustainable as well because you are not consuming the natural resources. In
yeah.
any case, you are putting that data in multiple application. Every school is having different applications, right?
Right, right.
They integrate that application with the blockchain, the same application with the blockchain, then it will become immutable, and I can have the data for myself. I can have the data for the multiple schools on the same chain, right?
Hmm,
Because that is a single wallet for me, single point of access for everything.
hmm.
So
And as a
this is
user, I will have that wallet. So no matter which school I went to, no matter which university I went
I
to,
just need to link it to.
I will
That's
have
all.
it at one place.
Yeah, you can have it one place. You can have it on the multiple chains. Means one
Hmm.
school is using X, second is using Y. But for you, you can just configure the blockchain there, and you can have the in the same application you will have the entire data for yourself, and which is shareable as well.
Hmm.
So it is very simple way to do things. Right? So we just need to think in a little bit creative mode. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. And once we'll start seeing some early adopters, then I think people will become more and more open to these ideas, and they'll start visualizing things better.
See, every document, whatever. See, you go to school for the
Hmm.
for annual report card and all, right? That cost is around 500-600 rupees,
Hmm.
not less than that. If the same
Yeah.
thing can happen in a rupee or two, why not?
Hmm. Right, right. And for job seekers out there, then it can be the university or the degrees or any professional course they have done in a
Yes.
digital manner. They just have it handy of their work ex, all of that.
And the solution which we have built, then you can share your record for a particular time with any individual. Then after that, it will be locked. So it can
Yeah.
be, it can, like you share the location, right? You share the
Mm-hmm.
location of the WhatsApp to someone, and then you can share it for 1 hour or for 8 hours.
Hmm.
So the same way.
And it's configurable for how long you want to
Yeah,
share,
yeah,
to
yeah,
how many people you want to share.
exactly. So as an
Yeah.
individual, if I have that the freedom, basically it's a
And the
freedom, right?
control. And the
And the
control is
control,
with, yeah.
right? Exactly. So these are the important factors basically which are there, and it will start. Adoption will start, but the people has to think from that. See, as of now, the crypto are the major players from when it comes to the blockchain. We are just trying to change it a little bit, not from the crypto to the mainstream blockchain usage in the enterprises. Until and unless it is not utilized by the enterprises, it will not sustain for a long term. Enterprise
Yeah.
will use it and it will keep giving the revenue, and then it will be keep adopting over a period of time.
Yeah, yeah. But counterfeit is the problem which every industry has. So if it's a problem which blockchain is helping solve the industries to cater to the counterfeit problem, then the ROI is anyways 10x, 20x, or maybe more,
It
right?
won't be many more. There are multiple organizations I have seen. They write the losses in the balance sheet because of the counterfeiting of their product.
Mm,
It's a big number, not a small one.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Now, before, I think there are 5 minutes and we'll have to close, but I keep hearing interoperability also. I think somewhere you touched that irrespective of which blockchain platform a different school is in or a different university is in, for example. So if you can explain interoperability also for a minute or two.
Okay, so it is a smart contractual transaction. So there is a network which has to be selected. So
Mm-hmm.
there is no way as of now. There are certain solutions which is around it. The interoperability means the data transition from one network to another network. Or if I
Mm.
want to do the cross network transaction. So there are bridges right now, but there is no way that it can be the directly the same protocol and adopt a solution around it. And any blockchain on this earth can be communicatable, basically. So we are working in that direction for the interoperability through our virtual machine, which will be interoperable, either it's a EVM compatible or the non-EVM compatible public blockchains. So that where we are working on, then there is a lot more innovation required in that direction. Either it's come to the asset or it comes to the crypto, or it comes to the any transactional data basically for the organization if they want to switch into the future. So that has to be done. So interoperability, there are bridges right now. So there are like multiple organizations who build the bridges and you can do the interoperable transactions. But again, it's a cost. So we need to figure it out a solution around it, because every blockchain is having different, uh, uh, transaction volume plus transaction cost. Like Ethereum is very costly, and right now they are also improving in from the cost perspective. But again, there are few who say we are free of cost. Free of cost cannot be there, because you have to pay for the data storage to the validator who are running the validator node. So free cannot be done. It should be a cost that it can be sustainable and scalable at the same time. So interoperability is going to be the big factor in future also when it comes to the data sharing from one network to another network. Bridges are there, but there should be some robust solution around it.
Got it. And from a layman's terms, it just reminds me the interoperability in the telecom space. So we had one phone number, and if we want to change it or do something, then that's how I think a common layman thinks about interoperability. So you're saying
Yeah.
that it's work in progress and it's just the
Yeah,
bridges
so
there
there is
is.
lot more innovation required there. There is
Hmm.
still innovation required to make it more, easy for okay. Earlier, like you have given a good example of the telecom. Around 10 years back, interoperability was not there. You cannot
Right.
move from one network to another network.
Hmm.
Now it is there, right? The same way somebody will do some innovation. Maybe we will do.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, why
so
not?
but
You want to
again,
win the next year's award also for the most innovation
no,
product.
the
Yeah.
problem is different. Mega problem is we already have 4 enterprise use cases and a
Hmm.
blockchain.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
took 2.5 years for us to build.
Right, right. Of course, you want to scale it
Now,
first, take it to a
now
level,
we
and
want to
then.
scale it first, and then we want to move into the new innovation. So we need to appoint things according to the requirement, appoint the CEO. That's why we want to have the joint venture structure, so that the responsibility will go to the local partner to do the business and generate the revenue out of that country, basically, or
Got
country.
it. Got it. Yeah, last
So
1 minute. And I want to, again, I think, take this opportunity to thank everyone who's listening live and also people who will be listening to the recording later on. Thank you. And thank you, Sachin. Such an innovative product. One of the cheapest in the world means a lot. Most of the innovation happened in India, again, means a lot. And the pedigree or the thing that it's already getting awarded as one of the best innovation product by in this year again is a big thing. Many congratulations and lovely having you here.
just to add on, we applied 3 patents in India only, and then PCT world.
Wow. Wow,
Usually,
awesome.
usually it happens other way around. So people apply patent in US, and then they take the PCT. We applied
Hmm.
in India because India is giving a new opportunity for us to have the patent within a year.
Mm-hmm.
There is a Tatkal process which called. So you need to apply the PCT worldwide, and then you can change it to the Tatkal, and you can have your patent in 12 months to 15 months time. And that's why
Yeah.
we applied here in India, and I think that is quite good actually. We are growing, and let us grow. We are a big economy. We are 1.4 billion people, big consumer economy basically.
Yeah,
So
of course.
yeah, we want.
All shout out for Make in India. Next time we'll see you, I'm sure you would have had the patents granted already.
Hopefully yes. I think in
Yeah.
another 4 to 5 months, we will have 2 patents with us.
Awesome. Awesome. So I think we are on time. Thank you. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Megha.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great
For more information, reach out to us at jumbochain.org.